Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer, and today we'll be hearing about one man who chose to walk away from the excitement of success and prestige in favor of what really matters in life. I hope you enjoy this story because this is your daily inspiration. As he swam the 400-meter race, his movement struck like lightning in the pool. The energy was electric as the crowd witnessed the young athlete break a world record, his 13th to date. At age 24, it seemed Ian was unstoppable. A 5-time Olympic gold medalist and 11-time world champion, he had the world at his feet. Yet deep inside, something unsettled Ian. He had always loved swimming. He thrived on pushing his body to the limit and recovering and then going at it again. But now, the sport just wasn't fun anymore. In fact, he was beginning to feel like a trained seal. As millions awaited his next victory, he awaited another hollow metal and unshakable depression. Now he felt like he was losing his sanity. He knew what he had to do to save it, and he knew that people weren't going to like it. Born in 1982 in Sydney, Australia, Ian's father was a skilled cricket player, his mother a netball player. Both parents expected that Ian would follow in his father's footsteps and excel at cricket. They actually planned my date of birth, he said, so that I could have a good age for cricket. But Ian wanted to swim, and he clung to that dream despite its challenges. It turns out I'm allergic to chlorine, he says. I was also a bit of a porky kid, and I didn't take to the water instantly. But I loved playing in the water. I think that playing allowed me to discover my affinity for swimming later on. When he was 7 years old, Ian took his first swimming lesson. At 8, he raced in his first school competition. His allergy required that he swim with his head above water. Despite his awkward technique, Ian won the race and went on to win several more. By age 14, Ian Thorpe became the youngest male athlete ever to compete on the Australian national team. In part due to his height, which was 6 feet, as a young teen, Ian was treated as an adult and required to meet adult expectations. Ian dealt with the intense pressure in an unusual way, by listening. I have an almost intimate relationship with swimming, he says. I try to listen to what the water is doing, what position the water wants me to be in. Then I create movement that allows me to swim. His approach paid off. At the Sydney Games, he won 5 Olympic medals. At the 2001 World Championships, he won the 200, 400, and 800-meter freestyle events, all in world record times. He became the first person to win 6 gold medals at a single world championship. There seemed to be no end to what Ian could do. But something was missing, and at age 19, Ian hit a crisis point. I was always looking at what could be next. What next goal? What dream? With all of those achievements, I didn't understand why I wasn't completely over the moon. He fell into a deep depression. I couldn't get out of bed, he says. The only reason I did get out of bed was to use the bathroom. I'd always go to the kitchen to eat just so I didn't have to leave the house. Soon he turned to alcohol. I just wanted to forget everything, he says. I'd wake up the next day after drinking, feeling worse, and I'd have a hangover, and I'd go train, and then I'd do it all again, he says. I hadn't addressed the real issue. He says that he reached the point that he seriously considered suicide and even made a plan. I was working out what would be the least hurtful way for my family. I'm fortunate I never got into a process of action, he says. He began taking antidepressants, which he says helped him cope, but left him was something wanting. You can remove the very worst part of depression, he says, but on the other side, I couldn't experience joy or elation or euphoria in the same way. The medication just kept me in a safe zone. The more accolades Ian received, the more unhappy he became. Eventually, he could no longer sustain the act, and at the age of 24, Ian Thorpe took a bold step. He announced his decision to end his professional swimming career. Looking back on his choice, he says, I just wanted to swim, and when I wasn't able to have the peace that I needed at training, when that was interrupted by photographers following me, it felt as though my life was no longer my own. It was other people's. I felt that I needed to get my life back. Now 36, Ian has found a measure of happiness and stability that eluded him before. He knows who he is and is unapologetic in sharing it. I'm in a good place, he says. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm enjoying my life. Ian Thorpe lived a lesson we can all learn from. At a tender age, he realized that all the praise and success and attention in the world would never make him happy. He then had the courage to leave behind the life that others wanted for him and live true to himself. What things in your life, whether praise, money, sex, or excitement, distract you and rob you of real peace and joy? Which of these distractions are you willing to give up in order to find real happiness? And will you accept the help of others who care enough to help you get there? Will you say, I am worthy of real happiness, and do what it takes to find that joy today? Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. We hope you're enjoying these stories, and if you'd like more inspiration in your life, visit mydailyim.com. You can find weekend blog posts, sign up for our email update list, and you can let us know about an inspirational story you'd like us to cover. Or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.